On behalf of my fellow commissioners, on behalf of the district, and all our TVWD staff, I want to welcome all of you to today's Water Infrastructure Financing and Innovations Act loan closing. Today, we are celebrating the success of vision, leadership, and local partnerships that demonstrate the power of public policy to affect local communities for generations. The Willamette water supply system, when it comes online in 2026, is going to provide the region with an additional high-quality, reliable drinking water supply that will meet demand for the next 50 years. Having a supply that can withstand a major seismic event assures residents of Washington County that they will have access to water. Nothing is more important to life and to vibrant, growing communities than an abundant supply of clean water. The vision to construct the Willamette water supply in partnership was built on a long tradition in Washington County of local governments working together. By 2026, when the new water supply is operational, a typical single-family residential customer who uses just a little over 5,200 gallons of water per month, they will be saving $20 a month compared to what they would have paid without the WIFIA loan. WIFIA is working in our local community to invest in water infrastructure, and we are so grateful to have it. WIFIA finance creates real savings for customers who benefit from lower water rates and a secure source of water supply.
But I'm thrilled to be standing here this morning to celebrate the steps that we're taking now to ensure that our communities have adequate water supply to meet future demand and provide greater reliability, as well as celebrate the success of our local partnerships and the partnership between local government and the federal government. Together, these partnerships have made possible the cost-effective delivery of critical regional water infrastructure that will be resilient, redundant, and provide clean and safe drinking water for the next generation and beyond for Washington County residents and businesses. And this shared vision, which is truly a bold vision, culminated in the largest public infrastructure project in Oregon. In addition, will provide thousands of family wage construction jobs over the next decade. In fact, the EPA has estimated that the program will create 4,168 jobs through substantial completion in 2026. It can't be emphasized enough how critical this is to the economic future of Washington County and the state of Oregon. But today, we acknowledge and celebrate TVWD and the City of Hillsborough securing and closing on separate WIFIA loans that will save ratepayers hundreds of millions of dollars. In Hillsborough specifically, more than 85,000 ratepayers will save more than $125 million in repayment costs over the next 35 years. Now, as one of those 85,000 ratepayers, I appreciate it. As one who tends to hear from the other 84,999 ratepayers, I really appreciate it. And Senator, I believe that your leadership on WIFIA will be a shining example and should be a shining example to other members of Congress to what can be possible when federal government works closely in partnership with local communities.
I think this is a good example of what happens when the federal government listens to local government. Through the WIFIA, EPA is playing a leading role in President Trump's efforts to upgrade our nation's infrastructure, create jobs, and safeguard public health and the environment. This represents a win-win for local communities by supporting needed infrastructure investment and while reducing the financing costs. In only a few short years, the innovative WIFIA program is already producing results. And today, as was commented before, we have two projects moving forward together, which is pretty amazing.
This project has its roots in the 36 county tour that I take each year. In almost every county, it was a water project was coming up, clean water supply or wastewater treatment. And I talked to them about the grant programs, the revolving clean water fund, and they're like, we need more help on these water projects, higher water standards. And water infrastructure is just absolutely critical to everything we do in our economy and in our communities. The basic idea was, you know, over in the transportation realm, they have these transportation loans, TIFIA. Would that model work on the water side? And so with many partners involved in water infrastructure, we went to work. It was the following year that I introduced the WIFIA bill. And it wasn't really until 2016 that we got the first little increment of funding. And then by 2017 in January, the EPA was announcing that funding would enable them to put out $1 billion in financing. And I think about how this project involves 2 reservoirs, 32 miles of piping, water intake in Wilsonville, water treatment in Sherwood. I mean, it's a big, complicated project. And everyone involved in this keeps telling me how well all the partners are working together to make this happen. Roughly 2/3 of the residents of Washington County will benefit from the water involved in this project. So it conveys what a significant factor it is for the communities involved. That is a big pipe, let's call it that. That's a big water pipe symbolizing this project and how clean water through the piping, the intake, the water treatment, the reservoirs is going to provide a foundation for the citizens and for the business economy for many, many decades to come. So a huge congratulations to everyone. Thank you.